CHMA.
Thanks. Thank you.
The time is 9 o'clock, and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements.
Hello, and welcome to CHMA's local news at 106.9 FM and CHMAFM.com. We are broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes, on their traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. I'm Mike Robar. It's Tuesday, August 11th. In the news today, a new zone in Jennings Dining Hall is creating a more inclusive dining experience for students. Started as a pilot program last year and developed in response to students' experience in the dining hall, the Quiet Zone is an initiative that showed a small change can have a big difference by introducing a designated area with reduced visual stimulation and more privacy in the dining hall. Through March and April, 139 students completed a survey about the zone, and 188 visits were documented, according to a release from the university. Quoted in the release was the following students' feedback. Quote, I have avoidant restrictive food intake disorder, which makes eating very stressful. Being in crowded areas when eating is often worse. The Quiet Zone makes meals easier. Unquote. The evaluation findings were recently shared at the Atlantic Association of College and University Student Services Conference, and Mount Allison says it will continue to look for more opportunities to support accessibility and inclusion in the dining hall and other shared campus spaces. And this Friday, the New Brunswick Invasive Species Council will be having a dog strangling vine removal event along the NB Trail in Tantramar from 2 to 5 p.m. Dog strangling vine is an invasive plant which poses a threat to the monarch butterfly. Monarchs lay their eggs on the plant, but unlike native milkweed, the caterpillars cannot survive. The goal of the event is to remove the seed pods of the dog strangling vine so that the spread of the invasive species can be slowed. No experience is necessary, and the Invasive Species Council will provide all the tools, supplies, and guidance required. The group will meet at the NB Trail on Donald Harper Road. And now, everyone knows actors memorize lines and walk across stages to make plays into a reality. But what about all the work that goes on before an actor ever steps in front of the curtain? CHMA sat down with some of the production team for Marshlight Theatre's new outdoor play Zomblet to talk communication, experimentation, and special effects. Like many, Alora Simon was enthralled by the TV show The Walking Dead when it aired, though she found herself tuning in for more than just the drama. She was there for the blood and the zombies, or more accurately, the special effects. When she saw Marshlight Theatre needed a production designer for a zombie-focused play, she figured she was the right person for the job, even if these zombies are less grotesque and dangerous than those she saw on TV.
I thought, oh, spooky, scary zombies, that's my forte. And I entered this process with this image of like, ooh, grimy, sticky zombies. It turns out to be a lot more fun, comical zombies than anything. But I do believe my interest in the undead really, I don't want to helped shape, but I do think it helped me go forward with this process.
That pivot from what she envisioned in her head to what became the reality of the play, the balance of imagination against practicality, is something Simon has always enjoyed when designing costumes or painting sets for other Marshlight productions, and Zomblet was no different. The play, to be staged outdoors by the Quonset hut behind the Salvation Army at the corner of Bridge and Weldon Streets, was written by Halifax playwright Dan Bray and it marks the first time Marshlight Theatre will be staging something outside the confines of its own small theatre on Fairfield Road, said director Paul Griffin.
When I first read it, I thought, oh, I'd love to do this, but there needs to be some blood, and doing that inside a theater means clean up every 2 seconds during the show. That would be difficult. And that's when I went, but if I did it outside, blood could go on the grass, and who would, I mean, not real blood, of course, could go on the grass, and then it'd be absolutely fine. So that was the starting point.
Having the play outside also helps with some of the complexity, like handling a cast more than 3 times the size of most Marshlight productions. But it also made other aspects more complicated, like contending with weather and a full setup and teardown for each performance. And that doesn't even include all the props, costumes, and special effects like severed hands, intestines, and figuring out how to make someone projectile vomit blood. That's where production manager Samantha Neat's experience in event management helped. Even though she had never produced a play before, she knew how to handle the logistics and make sure every member of the team knew what was expected of them on the day, she said.
I do get knots in my tummy every once in a while, but it's all because, you want the best to happen. And of course, you're going, well, what's the worst case scenario? How can I prepare for that? And how can I prepare for unknown situations as well?
Neat isn't the only one helping behind the scenes for the first time, as actor Nicole Rimsky has been learning a lot while helping design puppets and set decorations, she said.
Everyone has to work together, and even though people tend to only see the actors on stage, there wouldn't be a show without the people behind the scenes, and it's important to recognize them and appreciate it.
Every step of the way, from when Griffin and Neat began their work in May all the way through to final preparations the week before showtime, has involved quickly iterating on ideas which can come from any member of the team, said Neat.
I think in the business world it's called sprint, but you kind of just get to a goal and then reassess, does it work? Is it too much? Is it not enough? Where are the snags coming? And then you go back to kind of square one, now with this new information, and try and sort of reinvent the wheel.
All of this has been eased by how well the team communicates, thanks in no small part to stage manager Maya Castaneda-Moore. Though she came into production late after the play she was working on was canceled, she's no stranger to theater in Tantramar, and said having a close-knit community like ours makes her job easier, especially with Zomblet.
So I thought I would be fine to transition from ghosts to zombies, and it has not been a problem. The first rehearsal I came to was really fun. I laughed practically the whole time, and I think that's a really good sign of the environment that Paul and the actors had created.
Zomblet runs August 14th to 16th and August 21st to 23rd, with all shows starting at 7 p.m. Tickets can be purchased online or at the show, and attendees are reminded to bring chairs or blankets to sit on, as well as bug spray. For CHMA, I'm Mike Robar.
Hello, this is Clinton Davis with more local news. Well, the Dorchester's Sandpiper Festival wrapped up Sunday, but the natural spectacle behind the celebration is not over. We are right in the middle of Sandpiper season in Tantramar, and vendors and festival goers lined the streets of Dorchester last weekend. It was a 3-day festival that included food, crafts, scavenger hunts, a petting zoo, and activities for children and adults. But the weekend was built around much smaller visitors. Semi-palmated sandpipers, and a staggering amount of them, stopped near Dorchester during their annual journey from Arctic breeding grounds to the coasts of South America. Emma Duquesne is Tantramar's summer events coordinator, and I spoke with her at the festival Saturday afternoon. She says she saw the migrating birds for the first time before Saturday's jailbird run.
I absolutely loved this morning. Before the jailbird run started, I went down and I looked actually at all the sandpipers, and watching them fly around was like so surreal. I've never seen so many birds like all in one place. So it was really cool to see.
The festival gives people several reasons to visit Dorchester, but Dukas says organizers direct visitors to the Johnson Mills Shorebird Reserve to learn more about the birds. It's about 8 kilometers down the road from Dorchester Village Square.
When it comes to explaining the sandpipers, we kind of really leave it to the Johnson Mills Interpretive Center because they are pros on everything sandpipers. So if anyone ever has questions, I send them down there and they love to see all the different people stopping by.
Johnson Mills is near Dorchester Beach, and the location is one of few that the sandpipers gather near the tip of the Bay of Fundy mudflats to feed and build up energy before their final trip south for the season. And for Dukas and team, the festival and the reserve play different but connected roles.
Yeah, I bring them down for like the more fun, outdoorsy, like amusement stuff, and they get the informative stuff down.
And that fun included inflatable obstacle courses, bouncy castles designed for adults and children, and more. And while the festival is now over, the migration isn't. Dukas says the birds remain in the area through much of August, although their numbers gradually decline. However, Dukas says they head the festival this time of year because it is when sandpiper populations are at a max. She says the smallest amount of good planning will help to optimize your visit.
There's well over 100,000 today, but I've been there on days where it's only about like 10 to 15,000. Yeah.
So that means that the people who missed the festival still have time to celebrate the reason for the cheer, the birds that inspired it.
I think it's really important for like future years to like definitely check out the Tantramar like /Sandpiper website, that one specifically, because that's like where all of the information and the brochure is. They're here for the majority of July and August, but as August progresses, you'll see there's less and less every day.
Semi-palmated sandpipers breed in Arctic and subarctic Canada before spending the winter along the coasts of South America. They need to beef up for that, so they eat between 40 to 60,000 bugs each bird per day during the time that they're here. So we're talking millions, if not billions. They're also an incredibly important part of the food chain for a previously endangered bird, the peregrine falcon. During this reporter's time at the beach, I saw multiple people from all walks of life in the tiniest little remote corner of the province enjoying those beautiful birds. In Dorchester, Tantramar, with your local CHMA News, I'm Clinton Davis.
Hi, I'm Margaret Ann, and you're listening to CHMA, the voice of the Tantramar Marshes.
And here's your CHMA Atlantic update. Halifax police evacuated several downtown streets as officers investigated a bomb threat and a suspicious vehicle at a Purdy's Wharf parking garage. An emergency alert directed people out of offices and businesses along parts of Upper Water Street and Barrington Street. Police say a male suspect was arrested near the Canada Games Centre. The evacuation orders were lifted at around 2 p.m. local time. Hunters, guides, and trappers in Nova Scotia can now purchase most hunting licenses online. The province has launched an online licensing pilot program through Hunt NS. Licenses now available online include the Wildlife Habitat Stamp and Small Game, Fur Harvester, and annual commercial guide licenses. The province says the system will make licensing more convenient and reduce administrative work. Cape Breton Regional Municipality is receiving $2.6 million from the provincial and federal governments to improve transit accessibility. The funding will help the municipality buy 6 accessible minibuses for Cape Breton Transit. It will also support the construction of 5 new bus shelters, 5 crosswalks, and 1.75 kilometers of sidewalk. Officials say the upgrades will make transportation safer, more accessible, and better connected to existing transit routes. Lewisport RCMP are investigating a break-in at an unoccupied cabin near the Newfoundland Trailway last week. Police say the suspect forced their way into the cabin and a shed and stole several items, including a power tool and alcohol. Surveillance footage captured a man wearing a hooded Reebok sweatshirt, dark pants, and carrying a flashlight. The suspect fled before officers arrived, and police are asking anyone who recognizes him or has information to come forward. The New Brunswick government is looking for proposals to create 360 new long-term care beds as part of its plan to ease pressure on hospitals. Projects could include new facilities, expansions, renovations, or converting existing beds to long-term care. Proposals will be assessed based on readiness, local demand, costs, and construction timelines. The process is non-binding, and no project will move ahead until a formal exploration agreement is reached. Prince Edward Island has awarded seed funding to 5 companies using artificial intelligence and other technologies to modernize industries and professional services. The recipients are Boardwalk, Trailflow Systems, Pentacore, Eldetic Design, and Buried Candy Entertainment. Innovation PEI has provided nearly $2.9 million to 115 startups over the past 12 years, with successful applicants receiving up to $25,000. The latest recipients were announced during PEI Tech Week, while the next Ignition Fund application period is set to open this fall. And that has been your CHMA Atlantic Update.
Hi, this is Mark Gorley from the Johnston Point Road, and you're listening to CHMA.
And now for the weather. Today, mainly cloudy with a 30% chance of showers in the morning and early in the afternoon. A few showers beginning in the afternoon with risk of thunderstorms late in the afternoon. Fog patches dissipating in the morning. Wind becoming west 20 kilometers an hour in the afternoon with a high of 23, humidex of 29, and UV index of 5 or moderate. At night, a few showers ending in the evening, then cloudy. Risk of thunderstorms early in the evening with wind west 20 kilometers an hour becoming light in the evening with a low of 14. On Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 26. At night, cloudy periods with a low of 13. On Thursday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 26. Then at night, showers with a low of 14. On Friday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 22. Then at night, cloudy periods with a low of 9. On Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 21. Then at night, cloudy periods with a low of 9. Finally, on Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 24. And that has been the weather.
Hi, I'm Reed Delaney from the Massue, and you're listening to CHMA 106.9.
And here's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update.
2 games in the WNBA last night, with the first 2 squads being confused for Wordle guesses for their team names. It was the Tempo against the Dream, and the Atlanta Dream beat the Toronto Tempo 107-95. In the late game, it was the Seattle Storm beating the Chicago Sky at home 97-88. Staying in women's sports, the Canadian Open being played in Toronto last night saw Eva Svitolina defeating Elena Alexandrova in 3 sets, 3-6, 6-love, 6-3 to advance to the semifinals. And Iga Swiatek beat Diana Schneider in straight sets, 6-2, 6-1. The men were rained out in Montreal. In Major League Baseball action yesterday, the Toronto Blue Jays, they defeat the Boston Red Sox 2-1, giving the Red Sox their 3rd loss in a row. It was New York over Atlanta down in Georgia, 8-5 final there. Twins defeat the Orioles 9-5. It was the Phillies keeping it together long enough to give the St. Louis Cardinals a loss on the night, a 6-5 squeaker in that one. Texas Rangers, thanks to a Jacob Berger 2-run RBI single in the top of the 10th, had them defeat the Los Angeles Angels 4-1 final there. D-backs dominant in their shutout of the Colorado Rockies, 9-0 there. An 8-run 8th inning was good luck for the Tampa Bay Rays. They defeat the Athletics in West Sacramento 10-6. It was the Astros coming back to defeat the Giants 6-3-10. The Dodgers hold on late against the Kansas City Royals. A one-run victory for the boys in blue, 6-5 final there. And thanks to a seventh inning Jackson Merrill two-run home run, the San Diego Padres defeat the Major League best squad Milwaukee Brewers 3-2.
And that's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update. Please be sure to check out Brian's show on Mondays at 8:30 a.m. for more sports commentary.
This is Riley Murphy from 105.9 Seaside FM, and you're listening to CHMA, the voice of the marshes.
And now for what's happening in your community. Coming up, Marshlight Theater Company presents Zomblet, Dan Bray's exciting hybrid of Hamlet, Dr. Faustus, and zombies. Zomblet will be performed outdoors. It's an alternate reality where Hamlet and Faustus join together to defeat zombies. It's a rollicking comedy that is sure to leave you gasping in fear. This show contains comic gore and coarse language. Tickets are $15 for adults and $5 for youth under 18. Tickets are available at marshlight.ca or at the door. The show runs from August 14th to the 23rd at 7 p.m. at the corner of Bridge and Weldon by the Quonset Hut. Once again, this is Marshlight Theater Company's production of Zomblet. Celebrate Acadian Day on Friday, August 14th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Fort Beausejour. Bring the whole family for an afternoon of fun featuring a kite demonstration, a bouncy castle, face painting, live music by Jerry LeBlanc, and complimentary ice cream. Join Tantramar Active Living and Culture as they celebrate Acadian culture with activities for all ages in a beautiful historic setting. We hope to see you there. Join Tantramar Active Living and Culture this summer for Silver Lake Paddle Fest, an evening of paddling, community, and outdoor fun. Held monthly, this event invites you to bring your kayak, canoe, or paddleboard and take part in a relaxing group paddle on the water. Silver Lake Paddle Rentals will be offering free rentals during each event, first come, first served, making it easy for everyone to join in. The next Paddle Fest will be taking place August 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Lillis Fawcett Park. Spend the afternoon at Beach Hill Park on August 22nd with family-friendly games, a barbecue, slip and sides, and fun for all ages from 3 to 7 p.m. For those 19 and up, there will also be an outdoor concert from 7 to 11 p.m. featuring beer and great local music. Concert tickets are just $15 and include a reusable commemorative beer mug. All proceeds will support accessibility improvements at the Tantramar Veterans Memorial Civic Center. Gather your friends, bring your lawn chair, and help make a difference while enjoying a great day of summer fun. This is going to take place August 22nd. Finally, join Duckies for a killer lineup of shows on August 29th at 8 p.m. with Puffin and Devil's Punch Bowl. Puffin is a group straight out of Halifax, Nova Scotia that promises to deliver a loud, high-energy set packed with riffs, hooks, and controlled chaos. Devil's Punch Bowl is an independent Atlantic Canadian band serving up a raw, high-energy blend of gothic folk, anarcho-punk, and skate folk. Gritty, loud, and unapologetically original, they bring East Coast storytelling and DIY spirit to every stage. The doors open at 7 p.m. and admission is $15 or pay what you can. This is August 29th at Duckies at 8 p.m., Puffin and Devil's Punch Bowl. And that's what's happening in your community.
And that was your CHMA News. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantramar's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com.
Join host Vish Khanna every Sunday at 10 p.m. for Creative Control, a show about music, culture, and more. Vish has a number of questions for interesting people who provide a number of answers. Musicians, comedians, writers, politicians, athletes, and more are featured on this regularly scheduled podcast. Tune in Sundays at 10 p.m. for Creative Control on CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick.
Whether you're heading to work in the morning, getting off a shift, or you're just waking up, you are listening to CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick, Voice of the Marshes. I'm Maya Noel, and this is the Late Morning Show. Today is Tuesday, August 11th. I hope you guys are having a good morning so far. We are going to dive right into some music. First up, we've got Loren with Freewheeling, and then Callie Cole and the Cosmos with Wanna Make You Happy. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the music.
Top down on a summer's day, you can go my way if you got nowhere to go.